Good morning, children. Myself Dipti Ahlawat, and I am your new science teacher for this session. I hope that you all are healthy and be safe. Just take care of your personal hygiene and don't panic. Now, coming back to the classroom, today we are going to start with the very first chapter of science, that is reproduction in plants. This is something new for you because this term reproduction is introduced first time in the 5th standard, right? But this is very interesting topic. You have the same chapter in the 8th standard, but in that you will study about the reproduction in human beings. So it is very important to understand this term reproduction. So let us begin with the definition of reproduction, that reproduction is a process by which living things multiply to produce more of their own kind. Now here the term process is very important. It is a process which is done by the living things. Living things can be anyone. It can be a plant, it can be an animal, it can be a microorganism like virus, bacteria and all. Right? They multiply. Multiply means they increase their number, they double their number, and to produce more of their own kind. Own kind means, for example, a dog cannot give birth to a kitten, right? Who can give a birth to a kitten? Cat. A dog can give birth to a puppies only. So reproduction is a process in which every living organism, they produce their number, or you can say in simple words that it is a process by which the animals or the living things, they produce their babies, their offsprings, as you people are produced by your parents, right? But particularly in this chapter, we will talk about reproduction in plants. That plants, you might have seen a big tree and small trees around it. So how these small trees, they grow, that's what we are going to talk about in this chapter. Now reproduction takes place by 3 ways in plants, by 3 methods. The first is by the seeds. You all know the seeds, जो बीज होते हैं. You might have seen the seeds. These are the seeds, right? By spores and by vegetative propagation. In this session, we will not talk about these 2 topics, right? We will only talk about how the plants reproduce by the method of seeds, right? To understand that, we need to understand the structure of a seed, right? Now if we go through the structure of the seed like this, we can see that the seeds has the 2 parts. This is one part and this is second part. These parts are known as cotyledon. What are they called? Cotyledon. Now we can see here a boundary like structure, right? This is a seed coat of the seed. Every seed has a covering over it, that is called a seed coat. Now if you open the seed, inside the seed you will find an embryo, right? This embryo is a small baby plant. You can also use a word baby plant for this. And we have labeled here the baby shoot. Baby shoot means the stem part, and the baby root, as you know, the root part. Between the cotyledons, inside the seed, we have a small baby plant called embryo. Now it is very important to understand the function of each part of the seed. If we talk about the function, let us begin with the function of seed coat. See, we have a skin over our body. What is the function of skin? To protect our body during unfavorable conditions, right? In the same way, the seed coat is a covering of the seed. We can see here, these are the seeds, right? This is brown covering. This brown covering is called the seed coat. This is a bean seed, rajma की seeds हैं ये. और इसके ऊपर जो brown covering है, that is called a seed coat. Now what is the function of this seed coat? Is to protect the seed during unfavorable condition. Now what are unfavorable conditions? Unfavorable conditions means change in temperature, change in humidity, I mean climatic changes. Now, the second part is the cotyledon. I showed you already that these two parts are the cotyledons, and in between the cotyledons we can find the baby plant. Now, what is the function of these cotyledons? These cotyledons store food for the baby plant. They provide food to the baby plant for the growth and development. And the third part of the seed we have already seen, embryo. That is baby plant. Okay. So, these are the three main parts of the seed. Now, one more important thing I want to tell you, that if I can show you this seed, there is a small hole inside it. Whenever you soak the seeds, you might have seen that they become fluffy. Water get inside the seed. From where it goes? Through this small hole which is present in the seed. So, how the water enters into the seed? Through this small opening. Fine? Now, how the process goes on? When the seed gets favorable conditions means as we all need food, water, essential nutrients for our growth and development, in the same way seed also needs certain things to develop into a plant. And these are the favorable conditions or the necessary conditions. Now, what are those? These are air. Air, as we know that every living organism needs oxygen, right? So, air, water and sunlight. You can also say warmth. Meaning is same, either sunlight or warmth. When these three things are available to the seed in adequate amount, the seed develops into a baby plant, or you can say seedling, and this process is known as seed germination. Okay. If any one of these conditions are not available, the seed will never develop into a seedling. So, these three conditions are the necessary conditions for the process of seed germination. Fine. To make it more clear to you, I have made this flow chart. First of all, what we will do during the whole process? We will take a seed, right? This is a seed. We will take a seed, we will soak the seed. You all know that we will soak the seed into the soil. Then we water it, we provide it with the air and sunlight. It means we provide favorable conditions. And then what will happen when the seed will get the favorable conditions? It will start developing, its growth would start, and small root and small shoot will start coming out of the seed. Right? This small root is called radicle and small shoot is called plumule. Students, you generally get confused in these two words. So just remember R for roots and R for radicle. So you will not get confused in radicle and plumule. Right? So what happens when seeds get favorable condition? They develop a small root and a small shoot, or you can say it develops an embryo. Right? And then, or you can say seedling. Seedling means a small baby plant. And then the small baby plant further get food from the cotyledon. As I showed you earlier, the two parts of the seed, cotyledon. And then what happens? It develops into a new plant finally. So children, this is very easy to understand. As our growth and development takes place, in the same way plants growth and development also takes place. It is a simple process, just they need a favorable condition for that. And reproduction is a natural process which is done by each and every organism to increase their number. Imagine if plants will not reproduce, what will happen? One day there will be no plants. Every plant has a particular time span or a lifespan, right? They will die after that. Then what will happen? Will we get oxygen? The basic things we are getting from the plants? No. On earth, life is possible because of the presence of plants. So to continue their species, to continue their population, this process of reproduction is very, very important. In the next session, we will talk about how the reproduction takes place by spores and vegetative propagation. Till then, your job, I am giving you one activity. You have to soak these rajma seeds or bean seeds into the water for 2 days, and after that, this seed coat will become soft. Remove this brown covering and open it. You will find a small seedling or a baby plant. Okay? You will enjoy this activity. All the best. Bye-bye.